You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the debate tonight, Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, Shantanu Gupta joining the debate tonight. Also with us, Vivek Silas of the Samajwadi Party, Tehseen Poonawala of political analyst, but he's more Congress than the Congress can ever be. Sabha Naqvi, senior journalist, also on the debate with me. First to you, Dr. Sambit Patra. Kya ho gaya? Khela hobe, mela hobe. Now all sorts of jibes are being made by opposition against the BJP. This is exactly the caste strategy that had been stitched together in 2014, 2017, 2019. Is it coming apart now, Dr. Sambit Patra, with Swami Prasad Maurya walking out, Dara Singh Chauhan walking out, 2 resignations in 2 days, and that doesn't augur well for a party which is so gung-ho about winning Uttar Pradesh. As they say, hawa batal rahi hai. And that's why when exits begin to happen, people begin to sense that there is a problem in the BJP camp.
Navika, to your first question, khela hobe, mela hobe, what hobe? The answer is, come 10th of March, bhagwa rela hobe. Just wait for 10th of March, we will see a surge in the saffron governance of Uttar Pradesh. Number one. Number two, such as the vagaries of politics, Navika, you know very well as to who is going to form the government, because you are the one, in fact, about a couple of days ago, I was in a debate on your opinion poll, and the opinion poll by the Times Now categorically stated that Bharatiya Janata Party is handsomely forming the government with approximately 250, 270 odd seats.
That was 72 hours ago.
I'm not
and
saying
72 hours in politics is a long time.
No, Navika, let me now come to the issue. I would not be disrespectful to any political leader. If 2 have left, I would not still say they have left the party, because I was just listening to Mr. Swami Prasad Maurya, who said that he would be deciding about his fate on 14th of January. So I would cross my fingers and I would be waiting. I would not be disrespectful to any leader. But I would say that such are the vagaries of politics. Some 2 leaders going from us, some 2 leaders coming to us. Remember, today itself we had joining of 2 MLAs of Samajwadi Party into Bharatiya Janata Party. This transfer of MLAs does happen during the political juggernauts of election. Number 2, as far as OBC and OBC card is concerned, no one can in fact play the OBC card with Bharatiya Janata Party. Remember, we had 101 OBC MLAs in Uttar Pradesh, the largest bandwagon of OBC MLAs ever in any government. The credit goes to Bharatiya Janata Party, the credit goes to Uttar Pradesh government. OBC Chief Minister, the OBC Prime Minister, the party which in fact constituted the National Commission for Backward Classes, to say that we are not in fact having our ears on the ground as far as OBC is concerned, that would be absolutely wrong. Well, yes, there are certain political figures, without being disrespectful to anyone, there are certain political people who come the elections suddenly embrace certain ephemeral ideologies which would suit to their personal gains or their familial gains. I'm not naming anyone, but this does happen in politics. And remember, ephemeral ideology, because suddenly on the nth hour they waken up and say, oh, the treatment of the Dalits was not good. Only after their ministry is finished, only after the election commission has come to play, only after they have enjoyed the turn or the tenure as a minister, suddenly they wake up to say, okay, this government was not good with the OBCs, this government was not good with the Dalits. So I believe people of the country and people of Uttar Pradesh are intelligent enough to see through what design these people carry. Without naming anyone, I would say so.
डॉक्टर पात्रा, जब आपने ये लीडर्स लिए थे बीएसपी से, मायावती जी से, तब तो आपने ऐसा नहीं सोचा कि ये छोड़कर उनको आ गए हैं तो आपके क्या होंगे? आज चले गए हैं तो आप कह रहे हैं people of Uttar Pradesh are very intelligent, they will figure out. Let that be as it may, but let me get in Vivek Silas. Vivek Silas, I want to ask you, तो क्या परिवार को, सारी परिवार को टिकट दे देंगे? कैसे मनाएंगे? मौर्य जी को आप ले तो आए हैं, क्या क्या देंगे? डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर देंगे, बच्चों को टिकटें देंगे, मंत्री बनाएंगे? बिकॉज इट नो लॉन्गर सीम्स टू बी अबाउट समाज सेवा, सर्विस ऑफ द पीपल. इट ओनली सीम्स टू बी अबाउट spiting another political party and trying to give the impression that you are on a winning wicket. I want to ask you, Vivek Silas, ideology be damned, people service be damned, it's all about who's got a one-up on the scoreboard.
Yes, very good evening to you, Navika ji, and very good evening to all the panelists. I would just like to say at the moment what is happening in Uttar Pradesh. People are seeing Bharatiya Janata Party as a sinking ship. It is already half sunk, but on the 10th of March it will be fully drowned, that is for sure. And no one wants to sail on a sinking ship. Today if we see ministers, MLA, even the members of the Legislative Council, they have realized that the ground reality is something else. They know that the Bharatiya Janata Party is losing its ground very, very fast. And that is why people from Bharatiya Janata Party, not only from the Bharatiya Janata Party, but tall leaders from Congress also, maybe like Imran Masood, are joining the Samajwadi Party. And you asked a very
tall
valid
leaders.
and a very beautiful question,
Boti leaders.
Navika ji. Let me tell you that what. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
याद है ना आपको इमरान मसूद claim to fame is he said मोदी जी की बोटी बोटी कर दूंगा. So that is his qualification to get into the Samajwadi Party.
Ma'am, let me tell you, ma'am, yes. When the people from different or leaders from different parties join the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Bharatiya Janata Party says it is the change for development. The Bharatiya Janata Party says, oh my God, it is change for development. When tall leaders from the Bharatiya Janata Party join any other party, they say, "Arey, unka to ticket kat raha tha, isliye they have joined." Dr. Patra was talking about the OBC. Yesterday, Mr. Swami Prasad Maurya left. He was from the OBC. But let me tell you, Dr. Patra, there were 3 other MLAs who left the Bharatiya Janata Party and joined the Samajwadi Party. All the 3 of them were the OBCs. And Dara Singh Chauhan, your cabinet minister who has joined the Samajwadi Party, along with a Brahmin MLA today from Bhadoi, Dara Singh Chauhan was the president of the OBC Commission. Do you know that? So don't say that the OBCs are with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Father, is a proven fact at the moment that all the OBCs from Uttar Pradesh, which constitute more than 50% of votes, are with the Samajwadi Party. The fight is now 4 versus 96. And you can see what you can do with 4, because we are 96, you are just left with 4. So what would be the result? Definitely we will sit on 10th of March. If I have the honor of sitting with you, definitely we will debate and we'll see who's won and who has lost.
4 versus 96 is the response to 80-20. Dr. Patra, respond to Vivek Silas.
See, Navika, I have really got used to all these kind of responses. Remember, since 2013, and we used to hear both from Samajwadi Party, the BSP, as well as from the Congress Party, that we are not going to perform. We are going to sink. We are a sinking ship. We'll never be coming to power. Remember, after demonetization in 2017, the elections of Uttar Pradesh, and we were told that we are not even going to save our deposits in Uttar Pradesh, and we came with a whooping 325 seats. So please be patient. Please wait, because only thing that the people need to smile is development. The only thing that the people need to smile is a peaceful state where we don't have any kind of, lawlessness. And today Uttar Pradesh is synonymous with development. It is synonymous with a place where law presides, where law exists. Mafia Raj is over. That's very important. And as far as the leaders are concerned, see, I would still say that as far as Swami Prasad Maurya is concerned, I'm firm with the view that, well, probably he would stay in BJP because अभी भी बातें हो रही है शायद जो मैं टीवी के माध्यम से देख रहा हूँ, not that I know, but he has said that अभी मैंने मन नहीं बनाया है 14th को सोचूंगा. So I'm not going to comment.
Are you still begging him? Are you begging him, Dr. Patra?
So I am not begging anyone. I am not being disrespectful. Just a second, sir. I am not being disrespectful to anyone. Unlike Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, who would be disrespectful of his own father, I don't believe in being disrespectful to people who were in our party who want to go somewhere else.
Don't be
I would not be
personal, Dr.
disrespectful
Prasad.
to
That's not
them.
done.
I would say, well, he has not made up his mind. Let him make up his mind. But I would conclude by saying, without taking names again, Navika, a very important conclusion. Remember, many leaders who have come to BJP, they might feel claustrophobic because the way the BJP functions, na khaunga na khane dunga, parivarvad yahan nahi chalega. These are the basic tenets of BJP, which does not allow many leaders who are not in a way from the party's basic groundwork, will not probably accept the party as their own, because this is something which is ingrained in Samajwadi Party, ingrained in Congress Party. Khaunga aur masti se sab log milke khayenge, parivarvad aage badhayenge. This philosophy does not exist in BJP, and this may turn many people claustrophobic.
30 seconds.
Patra? May I respond to Dr. Patra?
Vivek Silas, I know you want to come in. Tehseen wants to come in. Shantanu wants to come in. Everybody wants to come in. So I'm going to Tehseen first. Tehseen Poonawala. You know, if it is bad news for the BJP, then it's bad news for the Congress. Because Imran Masood, the Boti MLA, who was seen to be very close to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, has also left the Congress party and gone to the Samajwadi Party. Now, I want to ask you, what is the Congress's game plan? Given the fact that the Congress, A, last time had a poor performance, B, does not seem to have a strategy for this time, C, is facing desertions. It's worse news for you than it is for the BJP.
Good evening, Navika. You will remember and you will recollect when I was on your show about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the then BJP spokesperson mocked me when I said BJP will not cross 50 in Uttar Pradesh. Today, I am restating that. And on 10th March, if you invite me, and I have the honor of being with Vivek and Dr. Patra, I promise you, BJP will not cross 50 in Uttar Pradesh. And it's the sitting ministers who've left. Now, Dr. Patra said, you know, we don't encourage Parivarvad. Mr. Maurya is upset because of Parivarvad. Then why did he give his daughter a ticket to contest Lok Sabha elections if it's not Parivarvad? I will not even get into Pankaj Singh or the other Parivarvad in Uttar Pradesh in BJP. But let's come to the meat of the question that you've been asked, that you're asking me what happens about Congress. I'm making another prediction on your show. Please record this on 10th of March, play it. The fight today in Uttar Pradesh is between Sappa and Congress. And as for Imran Masood, I've said this on other channels and I'm repeating it to you. Imran Masood was not going to get a ticket. There were 3 women candidates who had applied for a ticket there. Imran Masood was not going to get it. Therefore, that indication was there from a long time, as was Aditi Singh's inclination to go towards the BJP. This is no loss to the Congress. As Priyanka Gandhi Vadra said very clearly, the kind of fight Congress is taking, you need guts to do it.
अगर
Congress and
अगर जो कांग्रेस छोड़ रहे हैं वो इसलिए छोड़ रहे हैं क्योंकि उनको टिकट नहीं मिलने वाली थी, तो शांतनु गुप्ता जो बीजेपी छोड़ रहे हैं उनका ये डेंजर नहीं था, उनको अपनी भी टिकट मिल रही थी, परिवार की भी टिकट मिल रही थी, फिर भी छोड़ के चले गए. That is what Tehseen. And the fight is between the Samajwadi Party and the Congress. So in which case the Congress had how many last time? 8. So it is going to be 8 versus 395. Is that what you are saying? तो फिर तो समाजवादी पार्टी को 395 मिल जाएंगे.
So you're giving BJP
शांतनु गुप्ता.
You're giving BJP 0.
Navika, everyone who represents.
तुम कह रहे हो fight is only between Congress and Samajwadi Party?
I gave BJP 50. You're giving them as many as Prime Minister's press conferences, 0. I'm saying 50
चलो
for
Samajwadi in that case is getting 345. 345. All right, Shantanu, respond.
See, Navika, everyone who represents a party or Tehseen who supports a party, I'm sure they will talk good about their party, but taking it to a level of sense of humor that it's a fight between Samajwadi and Congress, I think that salute to Tehseen. That's like real supporter, right? If someone can call anyone, if you call a kid on the road and say it's a contest between Samajwadi Party and Congress Party, maybe in some seat he's mentioning, maybe in 2 seats in maybe near Amethi, Raebareli, maybe not even. Okay, that's beside the point. I was just reading the letter of both Swami Prasad Maurya ji and Dara Singh Chauhan ji, and the language is exactly the same. They did not even bother to change the language, right? And they said the Yogi government is anti-Dalit, anti-Kisan. They did not realize this in 2017 when they became cabinet minister. They did not realize that in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, not even 2022 January. In fact, in the conclave in December last, Swami Prasad Maurya said, अखिलेश यादव जी तो मुंगेरी लाल के सपने देख रहे हैं, योगी आदित्यनाथ से अच्छी तो कोई सरकार ही नहीं है. तो till December 2021 also he was fine. Everything was fine. But I think that Krishan ji came in his dream only yesterday. Like maybe he's coming in Akhilesh Yadav ji's dream. He alternately came in Swami Prasad Maurya ji's scheme, and he told that, oh, BJP government is all of a sudden is anti-Dalit. So I think people are understanding this sham. People understand this sham. We know that. I think everyone knows that they are asking tickets from multiple people in their family. That deal is not getting through in BJP. They're getting a better deal with Samajwadi Party. So they're going there. But after being a cabinet minister, both of them, and they both came from BSP in 2017. See, some people work for ideology, some people work in politics as a career. So I think I'm fine. I think we are fine with both kind of people. These are the people for which politics is a career. They had a good career. They worked good in BJP. Now they're exploring their career for them and their family, their chacha, bhatija, beta, bahu in Samajwadi Party or elsewhere. I'm thinking, yeah, good luck to them.
Well, so let me ask Saba Naqvi. Saba Naqvi, 42% is the population of OBCs in Uttar Pradesh, and this 42% chunk, you and I know, we've studied Uttar Pradesh in 2014, 17, and 19, and we know that it was a very carefully crafted strategy of the BJP to stitch alliances, in keeping with the their requirement of the support of this 42%. Do you see that being upset with these two exits from the BJP, number one? And number two, while it's all very well that, Swami Prasad Maurya said Akhilesh Yadav is Mungeri Lal, and he said that this is a party of Bhrashtachar just about 3 weeks ago, and today he goes and joins that party. But that happens in politics, and we're pretty used to that, and we've become cynical about that as well. But I want to ask you, is the well-crafted caste alliance strategy of the BJP coming apart? Or is it, very, very, very early days to look at that in a manner of speaking?
So both certainly in Purvachal, there is a saying, there are only two conclusions we can come to, because either they want to commit suicide, political suicide, or they think that they have a brighter future if they shift. Because we can say family tickets and all of this, but what use is that if they have not calculated that if nobody leaves a winning side and goes to a losing side, right? We understand that. So there is. Now they are both from Purvachal, where I had just traveled. Purvachal there is a lot of cracks appearing, and which is why I find it fascinating that the Chief Minister, Adityanath Yogi, this Padrona from where Swami Prasad Maurya is 70 kilometers from Gorakhpur. This place from where Mr. Chauhan is 90 kilometers. It's all located within the Purvachal region. There is a lot of restiveness among their own people there. And the problem that a lot of these inductees into the BJP faced during the years of Yogi Adityanath rule, those who are not from the BJP culture, RSS culture, is that nobody used to listen to them. They could get nothing done in their seats for their constituents and all of this. So if they sense an opportunity that in their regions there is a chance, and West people believe that RLD can upset the apple cart, this is the calculation. But Adityanath Yogi is moving from Gorakhpur. He's leaving that and going to Awadh, apparently. Gorakhpur is where Harishankar Tiwari has exited. It is a seat which has been lost in recent times. He's leaving when these guys are all exiting in Purvachal. So I'm being geographically specific that the BJP has a challenge in Purvachal. And that is why the Chief Minister should hold on there. But of course, he's going to go to Ayodhya. Now, the other challenge so far
is that I found no evidence of any Hindutva on the ground. Okay, really there isn't. While I was there, Yogi Adityanath also came to Kashi and held a press conference inside the Kashi corridor. So this is how he is operating, Ayodhya and Kashi. But people are talking about different things. You just step out half a kilometer and people are talking about pashu and नौकरी नहीं मिली, राशन मिल रहा है लेकिन राशन क्या खाएंगे, नौकरी तो मिल ही नहीं रही है. ये इकोनॉमिक डिस्ट्रेस है, इन्हीं जातियों में है, मौर्या में है, कुर्मी में भी है. इसलिए आज जो
so Dr. Patra, is that why, because you have a Purvanchal problem, is that why Yogi Adityanath is now suddenly going to play the Ayodhya card? And if he moves from Gorakhpur to Ayodhya, does that improve the possibility of the BJP getting, its strategy together? And number two, is Hindutva card the last thing that the BJP can always fall back upon when everything else fails?
See, Navika, first and foremost, you, Sabha or Santanu can take the liberty of, in fact, speculating as to from where Mr. Yogi Adityanath ji would be contesting. But I, as a spokesperson of the party, cannot speculate, so I will not, in fact, go into that realm of answering the question whether he's contesting from Ayodhya or not. I'll wait for the parliamentary board's decision, and of course, after the parliamentary board declares a seat, we can have a whole night of debate on the issue. Number two, as far as my dearest friend Sabha is concerned, whom I really hold up with high regards, I mean, tell me a single time when Sabha has said that Bharatiya Janata Party is left without a challenge on the ground. 2014 I was with Sabha, and 2019 I was with Sabha, 2017 I was with Sabha. Sabha has always felt...
I predicted 50 seats, which was a lot more than most
just
people
allow,
did. Yeah. Anyway,
allow your brother also to speak sometime, Sabha. Allow your loving brother also to speak.
You are being so
Thank
polite
you, Sabha.
even about Prasad Maurya. Swami Prasad Maurya today. Please carry on, Sabha.
Thank you.
So
Don't you worry, I'm polite always. I'm polite to you also, Sabha. Please allow the polite boy to speak. Thank you, Sabha. Sabha, you never felt that Bharatiya Janata Party would be coming up with this colourful marks as far as 2014, 17, 19, etc. is concerned. It's good. And let me tell you categorically, yes, we have challenges. To fight the challenge and to be victorious is what is Bharatiya Janata Party. We have changed the narrative of Indian polity. Remember, what was Indian polity before this? Before this, the day the Indian polity saw the announcement of the dates of election, the debate would be, this is the percentage of Muslims, this is the percentage of Hindu, this is the percentage of Brahmin, this is the percentage of Dalit. Muslim kis taraf vote karega, Brahmin kidhar vote dega, sarkar uski ban jayegi. For the first time, we are talking about expressways, we are talking about Jan Dhan Yojana, we are talking about the number of toilets, we are talking about the number of gas cylinders that the women of Uttar Pradesh have received. This is what is change of narration of Indian polity. And Navika, let me tell you earnestly, these things do not change overnight. Yes, we may be faltering at number of places. Some people may leave us and go because they might be feeling claustrophobic with our ideology, where we do not go into the corruption way. But remember, we are going to change the grammar of Indian politics. And as far as Hindutva is concerned...
But you're also talking about the Rajbhars, you're also talking about the Nishads, you're also talking about the Mauryas, you're also talking about the Dalits. So let's not wear this holier-than-thou attitude.
Just the Hindutva.
In Uttar Pradesh, you have to stitch up these alliances. The caste equations are important.
10 seconds.
Yes, you do talk about development, but when it comes to the finishing line, is that going to stay on your agenda? And Vivek Silas, let me ask you that. There is one category of people that has often been said, and I think Shantanu Gupta has copyright for that. He says there is another caste that has been developed in Uttar Pradesh, which are the beneficiaries of the various schemes. And do you think you are going to be underestimating that caste that can cut across all other castes and upset all equations that percentage-wise have been calculated by the Samajwadi Party? Number one. Number two, when the Trinamool Congress was seeing desertions and people going to the BJP, everybody was saying, oh my God, BJP is getting, second-hand books into their bookshelf. I want to ask you, isn't it the same way now that the second-hand books are coming to you and the second-hand books on the BJP's agenda did not win that many seats in the West Bengal elections? Is the same khela will happen in the Mela? That's the question people are asking.
Yes, ma'am. The very good question, ma'am. if we talk about West Bengal, I'll just say that it was TMC versus TMCA, because the people from TMC were imported by the BJP, or they were confiscated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They didn't have anyone to fight elections there. Anyway, I don't want to go into all that. If we see, ma'am, what happened in Gorakhpur and Phulpur by-elections, just after that, after Yogi ji even lost Gorakhpur, there were 200 MLAs who revolted, and they had resentment against Yogi Adityanath ji. They were giving dharnas in front of the Vidhan Sabha of Uttar Pradesh, and but somehow it was subsided. I don't want to talk about Samajwadi Party at the moment. I would just like to ask Dr. Patra about, just a minute. I just want to ask Dr. Patra about some MLAs of Bharatiya Janata Party, be it Shyam Prakash, who is a Bharatiya Janata Party MLA. He said he has never seen a corruption more than what is witnessed during the Yogi Adityanath ji's regime. You talk about MLA from Loni, Mr. Gujjar, when the cremation ground failed and there was corruption on cremation ground, and Dr. Patra, 25 people died on the spot. He said we have to give 50% commission to Lucknow, then we get fund. Talk about Brijbhushan Rajput, he is a MLA from Bundelkhand, from your party, sir, and he said कि mining में हमने इतना ज़्यादा corruption होते तो कभी देखा ही नहीं. These are the things spoken by the Bharatiya Janata Party and their MLAs. It's not the Samajwadi Party that is saying.
इसलिए आपने स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य को ले लिया, जिन्होंने कहा था कि 2012 की करप्शन लोग भूले नहीं है उत्तर प्रदेश में, और समाजवादी पार्टी और भ्रष्टाचार एक साथ जाते हैं, इसलिए आपने शायद उनको ले लिया, क्योंकि आपको लगा कि करप्शन पर ही चलिए कंपटीशन हो जाए. डॉक्टर पात्रा?
Ma'am, look, ma'am, I would very honestly, I would say, ma'am, just give me 10 more
Navika, as far as competition
very honestly,
and corruption,
I will humbly say,
Mr. Cyrus, I believe it is my turn. I have been asked this question. See, Navika, as far as competition and corruption is concerned, I believe I need not even answer this question that the Samajwadi spokesperson has asked me, because the world knows, as far as corruption is concerned, who is the leader, who leads the way in the abyss of corruption. Everyone knows that. I did not say that. As far as victory on March 10th is concerned, I firmly believe that whatever survey reports have been up by now by most of the channels, I have been through all the survey reports, they categorically speak that there is a thumping victory of Bharatiya Janata Party. And believe me or not, March 10th is not far away. It is going to be the Bharatiya Janata Party way.
Well, absolutely. खेल अभी शुरू हुआ है, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, and it's fireworks in Uttar Pradesh. And in these fireworks, of course, the splinters are going every single side. Who's going to win? We don't know. The survey was 3 days ago, and sometimes in politics, 3 days seems like a very, very long time. We'll have another tracker coming up this week. We'll see which way this game is going. Who's got an advantage? Who's going to have catching up to do? All that will be shown right here on Times Now. For now, let's leave it at this, that the play has just begun and may the best team win.